All right, this is work order number 1125968 of Planet Fitness off of 1821 South Main Street in Weatherford, Texas. These are the building cleanouts. They're actually just inside in the storage room next to the back door. So, their first front end. We have a collar on. We may have to pause to remove the collar out. We'll see what happens. This is going reverse into the line. So far, so good. That's the other clean out. That's the outgoing clean out. Is that? That's a weird transition, but not bad. We already jet. This is after jetting, so the pipe looks extremely clean. Other than staining, but there's no debris whatsoever. Restrooms have been used the whole time, so if there was any kind of bellies, it would still show. But we would have pulled any debris out of the bellies. I don't think they've really had any drain issues other than the lift station, which was figured out. There's an inline breaker on the lift station that was tripped. Everything else with the lift station is good. Floats are situated now properly. Here is probably... This is our first major turn. So this might be the men's restroom. Can you do me a favor, go flush the toilet?
Set me one?
Yeah, in the men's restroom. Okay. Hey, so when you do that, also ask one of the people... You know what, don't worry about the women's, just if you could flush a toilet in the men's, that should be plenty. Maybe even just a urinal. I just want to see some water flow.
Okay.
Want to double check this fitting is where it is, so we know where we're at exactly. Oh, there's some debris right there. Try to get past that a little bit instead of dragging it. Yeah, it's almost impossible for the restrooms to not be in use while we're doing this, so we'll be fighting a little bit of debris here and there. And I can't see. So, funny story, somebody flushed the women's toilet with some paper, and that paper got hung up on my star bit, and now I'm basically just blocking the line with the camera, and I didn't see a single thing when you flushed the toilet. If you could flush that one more time for me, I'm positive this is the men's, but this is just to make sure. The reason the water's holding up so much is I have a star bit on the end of the camera, and the paper that we saw come in the first time got hung up on that bit. Having him go flush one more time. Okay. Okay, so the restrooms are much further down. So this drain is likely... could either be a clean out along the floor or a floor drain somewhere covered up. Trying to wash some of that paper off. Alright, in we go. Ah, there it is. So very likely the women's comes from one side, the men's comes from another. As far as these fittings go, I don't really like them for flow. You notice how the left side is high, so it has good fall, but the side on the right is low, so it's either level or backfall. This area doesn't look like bad enough to be holding any kind of issues. You go flush the men's one more time. We're going to test flush one more time, see what direction things are coming from. Alright, so it's the men's that comes from the left side, the high side. See how that water comes through. So with the right side having a little bit of backfall, it's going to be pushing off into, I'm assuming, is the women's drain out. But the only place I've noticed any backups were the men's and not just the women's. So I believe the lift station was the reason for all that. Not anything wrong with the pipe. Let's see. So it did jet out as far as the line could go. There's another double Y. Interesting. Okay, so that makes sense. Assuming, so the men's is coming off the first double Y and this is the women's. That makes more sense. So all the restrooms, toilets, and sinks are going to, well, the toilets are coming from the left more than likely, the sinks very likely the right. Just because the orientation of the pipe and the line coming straight off. I don't believe there's any plumbing further down. I do know that the mop sink is off in the middle. Just a drain arm there. And this right here would be an end of the line clean out. Alright. I'll keep recording as we pull back. No issues found. It's really just a lift station if there are any problems that they're having. All the plumbing, even though double Ys are really not preferable, it's, in this instance at this point in time, it's not necessarily big enough of an issue, in my opinion, to need to replace them. Although if there were to be any work done, I would say these would be a point of replacement before anything else. That might be water coming. See those lines where the jet, of course. Again, the only reason you see water hold is because I've got paper stuck on the star bit. That concludes the video.